What's going on? What's going on? How we doing? We all right? Thanks for stopping through once again. As always, like, share, subscribe, comment. If you in here, please just like the video, man. Um, Comment, let me know you was here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like, you know what I mean? But and I appreciate all the support thus far from everybody, that's been consistent with me, rocking with me. You know what I mean? Definitely appreciate it. So y'all know that report came out today about the killers of PNB Rock Band. I guess identified, the actual shooter who was 17 years old. They withholding his name quite naturally because he's a juvenile. But his last name going to be Trone, Trone. Um, this case just gets weirder and more dumber by the second. You know what I'm saying? But 17-year-old kid. He's the one they identified as actually one that robbed him and shot him. Or shot him, then robbed him. And ultimately, he passed away and lost his life. Right? So they always said there was a car waiting outside for him. He hopped in a getaway car. But nobody would have thought that the getaway driver would have been his father. You know what I mean? He been identified. I can't remember his first name, but his nickname, block name, I guess, is Tiny. Last name Trone. That's why I said, you could surmise that the kid last name Trone. And he's supposed to be from 87 Gangster Crips out there in South Central, right? Around that same area, right? You look at that map. In that heavily area that's heavily involved in gang activity, like all them blocks kind of intersect, and with one gang leave off, the next gang pick up type time. Like that's hood stuff though, so I ain't really gonna bug on it and look too much deep into that. It's just they have, I guess, full blown names for their crew. You know what I mean? Where it's typically Blood and Crips. You know what I mean? Especially in that area. But the mere fact that some 40 years old and you took your 17-year-old son, right? They saying he was already sitting in the parking lot, so more than likely, like, then was it by chance they were sitting in the parking lot? Was they waiting for him, anticipating him coming? Like, none of these facts are out yet. Like, let's be careful, let's be clear, right? But they was in the parking lot, meaning the Trones was in the parking lot prior to PNB Rock and this girl getting to that Roscoe's, right? So I'm guessing they let him go in there, get real comfortable. They probably were surprised thinking he gonna come right back out. So they probably had plans to rob him in the parking lot. You know what I mean? But when he didn't come out, because they said it was like 20 minutes. He was in there for like 20 minutes. So if they was in the car, they waited in the car for 20 minutes while son was inside. So they probably 20 minutes, or he in there comfortable. I need that. I gotta go in there and get that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to figure out what kind of daddy you gotta be, right? To even, I can't even rationalize it. I'm trying to find the words. I apologize. I'm gonna apologize beforehand, y'all. I really can't find the words to even describe as a father how you could. I got a son he's 22, right? I got a son that's 22, right? So I can't fathom my 22-year-old son who bear the same name as me, right? Get out the car to go rob a dude. Knowing, like, you know what I'm saying? This robbery ends in a homicide. They peel off, go burn the car up, destroy DNA evidence and all that, and probably try to burn the VIN number so you can't trace it back. Like, the hood. Like, you know what people attempt to do, right? But how can I even allow my son to get out the car in that kind of time? I'm a little lost. Beyond being lost, I am a little disgusted. Well, I'm a lot of disgusted. You know what I mean? Because I can't fathom. Like, regardless of, and I always say this, man, regardless of what decisions I made, right, wrong, or indifferent, right? Your plan should always be for your kids to do better than you. You know what I'm saying? For your kids I'm not grooming my kid to be no street dude. In no way, sense, or form, or fashion, right? You're going to groom your kid and educate your kid about what they need to be aware of and be abreast of and how to move within. Yeah, facts. You're going to do that. But teaching them, oh yeah, that's how much bake you put in. If this many grams, that's how many bake you put on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine you teaching your kid, like you come from that. So imagine you teaching your kid, you know what I'm saying? Yo, this how you stretch. This how you get it chirping and all that. That's how you shift it up. This how you know what I'm saying? When you're going to re-up, this stuff you gotta be careful on the re-up. This stuff you gotta pay attention. Like none of this makes any sense to me. I'm never going to be able to rationally think on how this makes sense. Right? Because no way in hell, like if you really who you say you is, like, the pain, the lifetime pain that's gonna come from being outside, the mental pain. You know what I'm saying? Because if you ain't got no mental trauma, then that means you ain't, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But if you ain't got no mental trauma, I don't really want to hear you talk. Like, I don't really want to hear you even talk in that light. Because that means to me, like, the math ain't adding up right. Because if you really been outside, you got mental trauma that's going to be with you for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's unavoidable. Like, that's what come with it. So why in the hell would, and I know personally, I think I said this in one of my earlier videos. I know personally that I know the way I was conditioned. I know that's held me back from being able to do certain things in life from a mental standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Because, you're thinking, you're conditioned to believe, like, if a person does certain things and they trying to play you, or they not really trying to treat you fair, or they trying to, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to get over on you. Where if you take that conditioning out the way, it'll just be something normal. You know what I'm saying? It'll just be some normal rhetoric back and forth, some regular dialogue. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be as deep as you feel it is because of the level of consciousness you got to be with the way people talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Because the smallest slight can turn into the biggest thing, right? So you can't even let the smallest slight go, because that's going to snowball into something way bigger later on. That's what your mind say, because that's what you experienced. You know what I mean? So I always told people that I know my background has held me back from reaching heights that I know was meant for me. You know what I'm saying? On one end, but on the other end, it probably wasn't meant for me, because that means that somewhere in there, I probably would have been asked to compromise myself. It still wouldn't have happened. Conditioning or no conditioning. Like, ain't no compromising myself, right? So I say all that to say, like, that's the only thing that you should be teaching your son. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how you walk as a man. You know what I mean? It ain't got nothing to do with being no street dude, being no gangster, being no thug, being... You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with none of that. It's teaching them how to be men. You know what I mean? That's the only lessons you should be on. You shouldn't be on no other kind of lesson. You feel me? You teaching your son how to rob and slide down on something that's crazy to me. You green lighting your son sliding on a dude who ain't bothering him. Like, yeah, I'm going to stand by what I said in my previous 2 videos dealing with this topic. It don't make no sense for that boy to be in there in South Central with all that jury on, man. And I appreciate the person that assisted me with the South Central part. You know what I mean? Because I was watching things and I was being told, like, from the stuff I was gathering, it was Inglewood. But I had a feeling it was South Central, though, because they said, well, but it's just I should have known because they put enough information out there for me to be able to surmise what area, vicinity it was in, right? But I appreciate that, though, bro. Real rap. Um, it makes no sense for son to be in South Central Los Angeles with that. I mean, not only just with the jury on, but what sense does it make for you to be in South Central Los Angeles anyway? Like, I don't get it twisted. Like, I don't ever want to be a hypocrite. I love the hood, right? I love the hood. As I gotten older, I gotta love the hood more from a distance. You know what I'm saying? Because, and the reason being, as I think I said this already, is that you still gotta revert back to certain mentalities because where you're going, the average dude don't care about the next 5 minutes. So if you go there with anything less than that mentality, then it's probably a good bet that something may happen to you. And whatever happened to you, it's a 50-50 chance you don't make it home that day. You know what I mean? So why even like go out your way to really put yourself in a situation where you ain't even on that? You on something totally different now. Like I definitely drive through just to get that feel. You know what I mean? I need the energy. And I mean the energy of keeping me here where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember, like, yo, dude, you come from here. You know what I'm saying? When you got people around you that just, I'm saying, bigger you up and praising you, like, Stafford, I ain't gonna say praise you, but bigger you up and commending you and acknowledgement and all that. It could kind of get to your head if you're not a grounded person and you just don't take it as you take it. Like, yeah, I feel it. I mean, I get that. I respect that. But because some people let that really start to overpower them. They really start to think you know what I mean? The arrogance and cockiness goes on a whole nother level. So I definitely like going through the hood just to get that feel, that energy, man. Like, I need that. You know what I mean? But I'm not going there with no 200 grand in jewelry. When I don't even own a lot of jewelry. Like, I got some watches. That's about it, man. I'm not even a jewelry type dude like that. You know what I mean? But even if I was, like, what am I doing it for? What am I going there with that on for? You know what I'm saying? Like what exactly am I trying to prove here? Well, what am I doing? Like, I look crazy around a bunch of people that's starving. They starving. They trying to figure out how they going to get their next meal. And when you walk in with all that jewelry on, they figured out how they going to get that next meal. So that doesn't remove that fact. I'm still standing on that. Now, I know in theory, you should be able to go where you want, what you got on, what you work for. Oh, that's good, fine and dandy. The reality says something different, though. Right? But I'm just stuck on the daddy of what kind of dudes you got to be to sit there, your son get out the car, you like, yeah, go get that nigga. Hey, man, make sure you come back with that watch. You know what I'm saying? That's what the daddy's saying. Make sure you come back. Oh, that ring he had on, I need that one too. Like, what is the conversation? Right? And to add to the fact, they booked the mama too. I forgot her name, but her last name, the same name as them, Trone or whatever. Right? She 38, the daddy 40, the boy 17. Right? But I'm guessing she's probably like, because they charge him with accessory to murder, so it's probably going to be accessory after the fact, right? Probably help burn the car up, destroy, get rid of some evidence, get rid of the gun, you know, whatever. Or give him probably gave the police an alibi for him. Alibi ain't checked, whatever the case may be. You know, that's everything that can lead to accessory after the fact, right? You try to destroy evidence. You try to, you gave a false statement to the police. You try to mislead the investigation. You know what I mean? You tamper with the investigation in any way, sort, or form, then they can charge you with accessory after the fact, right? So I'm guessing that's where the mom come into play at. But still, like, even with that, right? I mean, this is wrong. That's why I say this is wrong on so many levels. Because as the man, your number one job is to protect that woman and kid. That's your number one job, especially that woman. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your kids going to do what they're going to do, right? But you're there when that goes down, when that happens, right? The daddy is in the driver's seat, the son getting out the passenger seat, right? So you there. Now, if the mom was actually there when that happened too, then this just goes way crazy. If the mama and daddy in the car and he get out the back seat of the car to go rob and kill this boy, that gets even crazier. I'm going to give it the benefit of doubt right now until more information come out to say that she was at the crib or she was getting her nails done when this happened, right? I can't even fathom that. If the mama and daddy was in the car and this little boy climbed out the back seat of the car, like that's even crazier, right? But we're in there, do the man say, hey, babe, you ain't got nothing to do with this. You don't know nothing about nothing. You don't need to know nothing about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because the number one job, because at that point, like you and the son already in the mix. Y'all, whatever's going to happen in the investigation going to happen, right? Whatever wreck or aftermath come after that is going to happen, right? It's just what comes with the game, right? The mama, listen, I know that shit, listen, you don't need to know nothing about nothing. If it go down, it go down. You know what I'm saying? We not staying at the crib with you right now. We going to be over here. Police come. We took a father-son trip. We've been gone for a week. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. That's all you know was said. Yo, they said they was taking a father-son trip. You know, they want to spend some quality time together, and he wanted to, you know, get his mind right for his senior year of high school, right? Nigga probably ain't even in high school or go to school, whatever, but it is what it is. That's your only job at that point. You don't know nothing. You don't need to know nothing. See no evil, hear no evil, right? You only know what I told you. And that's all you're going to tell them is what I told you. You understand? But now you got her in the mix. She down at the precinct. She getting interrogated like crazy. She don't got booked, mugshotted, fingerprinted. Name ran through NCIC. You know what I mean? Like as a man, how do you let your whole family, you know what I'm saying? You let your whole family down, though. And it's crazy because they got some mugshot, right? The daddy, right? They got his mugshot all over everything, right? So I told y'all in the video, I said, some of y'all probably rolled your eyes at me. I don't care, I told the truth. Some of y'all probably rolled your eyes at me when I said the best thing that hood could do is give them up. And I'm about 80% sure that's what happened. For a multitude of different reasons, right? What y'all gotta understand is that those rappers in LA, they check into them gangs, right? And if this nigga out here just robbing rappers, he ain't no big. If he's allowing his son to rob a rapper, he ain't no big dog within it. Because if he was, he'd be getting plenty of bread. And his son already had 200 grand in jury on, or at the crib. He wouldn't even need to rob son. Right? I ain't saying that, you know, he ain't about his work. I'm just saying obviously he not really getting to no real money because of how that went down. If you get into some real money, you don't even care about nothing like that. Now, if he out there acting up and showing off, you gotta teach him a lesson. It's a different conversation. But he in there with his chick, chilling, minding his business. If you really get into a bag, you ain't got time to think about that. So that lets me know he wasn't getting into a bag, right? So what did I say? I said it's best if the gang give him up because that's going to cure a lot of stuff, right? Those LA dudes got to go back east. It's just a fact. They got to go to New York. They don't got to go to Philly, but they got to go to New York. It just is what it is, right? I told between this and the Pop Smoke situation, that wasn't going to turn out good. And then the other part y'all got to look at is the police put pressure on that hood. I'm quite sure, right? Because it's high profile, right? It would have been harder to solve that in Beverly Hills. I mean, to an extent, you know, Beverly Hills and all that got all the cameras and all that. I'm talking for a while to somebody telling. It'd have been way harder in Beverly Hills, right? Their livelihood is the police not being around here disrupting what they got going on. So when it's a high profile joint like that, and it got the kind of media coverage that it got, You're going to have to. You know what I'm saying? And then the chatter of a war, a bi-coastal war, I'm telling you, y'all probably think I was bugging on that. I'm not saying who would have won. I'm not saying it was the best idea. I'm saying is that they can't afford that. LA can't afford that. The police I'm talking about, the government, the financial institutions, they can't handle that. You know what I'm saying? But more importantly, that neighborhood can't handle extra police presence and the police starting to blitz different houses and different blocks where they already probably got an idea generally where it came from. So that block getting blitzed, those houses getting blitzed. They ain't making no money. They uncomfortable. They ain't going around no hammers and they ain't going around no work right now. Son instantly became a liability. He got to go. Because I need y'all to go. Only way y'all going to go is y'all get what y'all need to go. I'm telling y'all how the block work. Now, it's not a whole bunch of times this going to happen within Black America. Like within ourselves, I'm not going to lie about that. But only time I've really seen this is when a white boy got killed in the hood. A little white boy going to college, minding his business, walking his dog. And you kill him and rob him, they going to blitz that neighborhood. I seen it. I've seen it. I've seen dudes not come outside. Like, listen, the block dried up. Because they blitzing until they find who did this. So I guarantee you they did the same thing with the PNB Rock situation. I guarantee you that neighborhood was getting blitzed. I promise you. We can't make the money we're accustomed to making. We just can't do whatever activities. And I got somebody across over there I want to murder anyway, and I can't go kill him right now because there's too many police outside. Everything stops. All illegal activities stop. Or just being uncomfortable. Just you can't even go to the store. You know what I'm saying? It's that level of uncomfortableness. If you ain't never been through that, then you're not going to understand it. But I told y'all, like I said, some of y'all probably looked at me like I was tripping. You probably rolled your eyes and said, what this nigga talk? Because I know what I'm talking about. I said the path of least resistance is to give him up. I ain't know it was going to be the father, daddy, and mama. I said that's the path of least resistance. And I'm telling you, I'm about 80% sure that that's exactly what happened. I'm about 80%. You didn't kill a op. He was a straight victim. Like, he was a vic. You didn't kill a op. If that was a op, if that was a rapper dude that was a op, nobody would say nothing. That dude was a rapper dude from a whole nother coast. He was out of pocket, granted. Nobody dodging that. Definitely out of pocket. But he wasn't a op. He was a vic. You know what I'm saying? He made himself a vic, but he was a vic nonetheless. You heard? So, I'm telling you how the politics work. And a lot of these gangs, like, they control these rappers' movement. And there's another gang that has influence over, hey, yo, listen, I got an artist that can't go out there right now because what your man did. That, you know what, I owe you one anyway. Say less. Or dudes coming back with the cash stack shorter and shorter. Remember on Casino? When they used to go with the big envelopes? Then when your man started tripping and the police was shutting down everything, they couldn't move around to get their money the way they was used to, and that envelope started getting smaller, 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 right? And dude said, man, the envelopes got so small I thought I was going to get killed walking in there. You took an envelope to the big homie and they're doing this and he looking like, yo, what's going on? And, oh yeah, you know the boy got killed. Well, they don't talk like that. But you know the boy got killed, man. It's hot out there, man. Fucking up the block. Oh yeah, who did that? You know, man. Hey, yo, yeah, he gotta go. I ain't gonna kill him because it's a dude from over there. He did that too. I ain't gonna kill him for that, but he got to go. So we got to. Hey, yo, this who you looking for? I'm telling you how that joint go. I'm telling y'all that's how that go. I'm telling y'all that's how it go. And if you think anything else, you bamboozled. A lot of your homies you think got caught slipping. They ain't get caught slipping. Somebody, I need him out the way for whatever reason. Hey, yo, yeah, listen, this is the boy you looking for. This is where you can find him at. Listen, he got 3 cars. He got a Bonnie. He got a Bonnie. He got a little, what's them Jones? He got Bonnie. He got an Impala. You know, he got a Trackhawk. You know, he only pull the Trackhawk out when he going out of town though. But his everyday car, he be in that Bonnie, he be in that Impala the most. Oh yeah. This is a tag number too. This is the last 4 on the tag numbers. I'm telling you, that's the way they. Man, listen, I ain't gonna do that. I'm telling y'all the truth though. I'm telling y'all the truth. That street time is over. That joint over with, man. People only loyal to a bag now. If you messing with their bag, or you messing with somebody they thorough with that's getting to the bag and they messing with that, and it's all gonna come down to the paper, you got to go. Sayonara. Right? But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and touch on that real quick, man. Appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Once again, like, share, subscribe, comment. Don Miller Show Tuesday, 7 to 9. 7 to 8, 7 to 9. I don't know what time yet, but at least it started at 7 though. Eastern Standard Time. The DonMillerShow.com or the Don Miller Show on the Don Miller Show on YouTube, Don Miller Show on Facebook. Subscribe, like, comment. Let me know you was there. Tell me you was there. Tell you came through. I appreciate the love. I get right back at y'all.